I have something to say today, and this is for the FBI and Donald Trump. Donald Trump and Joe Biden, you know you are wrong. But this is for Obama, because I want him to hear this too. You say you my brother's keeper, but my brother's keeper understand. But everybody don't have a fair opportunity at jobs and business, and you let a vote determine the outcome and how people receive justice and how people survive on their disability. When people are prejudiced toward disability in the American businesses, and you stood by them, you talk about standing up for something. But what would you do when you have the power to do right? Not just by people, by the Spirit of God of history. Knowing when something's not right, and you stand by a vote. You let it. I don't care about the Houston imposter and Dallas imposters or what I fight for. But it seemed like people in Cali and New York and the UK and China and everybody I talked to understood me more than our own president of the United States that go against that. That go against that realm. But when people leave me no other choice and leave God no other choice, the push and the pain and suffering that you caused me behind a coward move. You know what I told that Raleigh police when they moved? We told them and I called them and I had a talk with them about when RoboCop lost his friend Murphy behind fighting when people was getting forced out of their home. And he fired all of the bad people off at the police when China tried to move. He fired all of them off, right? Until they had left no more. But they asked for the regular police stuff for help to get more people off the streets, out of their home. But the police said, we don't do that. We don't move people out of their home. I got to think about what I go home to my family. Just because they have money, pay money, they thought they could control them. But they thought they can go back and what I tried to tell the police officer, they thought they can control them. And they got to think about going home to their family and their kids. But y'all stand by each other. You stand by each other because you don't want change in the business of the school with disability. And they got the right to complain when they attack and their kids can't stay in school. But you talk about that legacy. But have the power to do right, but didn't do it. But you can never be my brother's keeper when you stand by other blacks and dictators and narcissists in this business. Just because people got challenges in this world. Nobody's perfect. But the people that work at it constantly every day, you tried to stop that. You stood by that vote. But they, Houston and that niggas and all of them act like they understand. They cowards behind that mess. But do stuff for a paycheck. Do you then? If a person want to hurt somebody because somebody fighting for change because of a black person in a black and white business, attack do all the attack you want. That's a coward move. That make excuses of a change that got all the advance in the world. That's an imposter in Houston. It got some people in Dallas and Houston that's an imposter, God say. But complain about it. Complain about what they can't understand. Let me tell you something. I can hear my brother complain about how things will go fair for you and not fair for me. I can hear whoever got something to say. I stayed after school with my class. My teacher took me to job court. They kept denying me 5 times when they believed in me in my school. But what can something to say when they deny access of growth when your own teacher from school believed in you? But they got the one that the spectator that behind it. But what type of person you is that stood by wrong? That's not leadership, Joe Biden. That's not leadership, Donald Trump. That's not leadership. How leadership that is? But you try to celebrate life after thievery been happening. But you the coward. Governor had them kids hug you. But they don't know that they parents and Governor Abbott, you a coward and prejudice that hug the parents that don't know how to treat disability, that don't know how to treat them. I don't know how to treat them, but you hug those things, right? You hug them. Look at Big X Plug. Look at them and they coward behind it. They deserve to go to jail, all of them involved. But what type of thing you is? That jealous and petty behind success, behind somebody thing. No, I didn't have it easy. You know, me and my ex Sabina and all of us, and I'm going to tell you something, and Cassie and them cousin, so we might don't always have a good time, but I remember Sabina used to tell me we used to have hard time with school math, the mathematics, and do all of those things. And I talked to other kids about their math problems. And one thing in my relationship, everybody had problems with school and I talked to other kids about it. But the same parent that think everything that's fair, that think things are not fair for disability when they can't be accepted. Things are not fair for them too. But they jealous, but their parents can't act right in the business. You started all of this trouble. All of this trouble when you lie behind masks. What type of power that you have? When God say the vote mean nothing when your spirit ain't right. But to understand it. But that fat dude at Big X Plug and Sakawaka and all their people are imposters. But want me to rock with them. Want me to understand that when they imposters in Dallas, Texas, but the same teenagers that can't stay in school, they got all of the advantages. Yeah.
So I'll try to I'm going to touch upon that open.
Alright.
But tomorrow you'll run through the haircut. And by the time I get back, test you the food.
Alright, I'm just chilling right now.
That's cool with you?
Yeah, I'm cool. But can complain how things cannot go fair for them and complain about that. Complain is not fair. Things not fair. I stayed after school. I was in the I didn't did a whole lot. My teacher whole after school. I'm going to summer school. I'm doing a whole lot. But you complain. You want that. You lie. You an imposter. They want me to rock with you in this industry and want me to forgive when you're a thief in Houston, Texas, and Dallas, Texas. God say you kids can't even stay in school but want to attack at the coward that you is. God and Jesus said, I will not step down. But if the gang members want to hurt me for something, I fight for something important, not because I think I'm tough, but the right to choose. The right to choose to grow without a dictator of a black woman and a white woman in the business that can't understand that. But the right, you want to destroy that. The people that wake up every day, that go to business, that want to destroy that. But I have to kneel down. I have to kneel down because the teenagers and gang members attack me because I'm fighting for something important. I have to kneel down. I should not have to kneel down with gang members. And Donald Trump caught that line with Joe Biden. God said you have crossed rules. You have violated that rule. You have violated that. And Donald Trump act like he had no consequences. Oh, where all the good police officers at where I left? Where all the good FBI's at? Where all of them at? Where all the good people that's standing by somebody? They know they wrong. If a sheriff tell me you got a kid that got an autism, what's the thing is in there? What can we understand? I don't see no good in that Justice Department and that civil rights. But that dumb dude in Houston that's walking around with Big X Plug, a thief, and Jay Prince and them and all them are lies behind that mess. But it seemed like I talked to people from the UK, China, shout out to California, and Grow Brian. We understood each other, but they can never understand when they lie for something. If you want to keep on attacking, attack that then. Show no mercy behind what you stand for. But Go-Yayo got all the advantages in the world. That's a coward thing. You try to celebrate life in the community. That's a coward move, Donald Trump. But you can be protected. You and Joe Biden can be, and Obama can be protected. Who If you say Donald Trump not a good president, see some of these black managers. Charles not a good store manager. Jeff is not a good manager. Y'all need to start restructuring y'all manager teams at these stores then. Donald Trump not a good president with the things that you understand. I don't see no good police officers. And then right now I don't see a good Justice Department. But they are like they bigger than what they can't understand. When God and Jesus is a more bigger, but you try to celebrate that life. You believe in no God. You believe in yourself. Hatred and lies behind your money that you can never understand. You hide behind power, but not hide behind truth and honesty, that we shall all come together as one when it comes to culture and education and things that bigger than yourself. But you act like I'm the threat. One thing, I'm never at war with my government. I'm at war with the business. I'm never at war with my government. They never did me nothing wrong. Why should I be at war? When the business is more of a threat, and people, black and white business and Mexican, that can't listen and understand that. But you want me to be at war with my government because you have a problem. You want me to misunderstand those things, right? You want me to understand those things, right? But you want to keep attacking that. That's the consequence to do that then. But that fat dude, him and Jay Prince, and all of them deserve to go to jail in Dallas, Texas, and Mexican OT for lying and stealing, and that dumb Houston rapper. But you protecting, and that nigga said somebody judge. God said, because you judge the hand and you lie about what you stand for. But when you a thief, but trying to come at that then, and that's all y'all about in this country. Petty grown-ups, petty kids, but kids that can't stay in school, they think they bigger, and they got all the advantages in the world. They a thief in Houston. But you can damn what you stand for, with your lies and what you stand for then. Great power comes with great responsibility. And they both were callous. Both camps was callous in that hand. When it's time to step up and do the right thing, nobody can do the right thing. This is not about money here. This is about the business here. About what they stand for. But a grown-up can be jealous. But them same kids that's hugging Governor Abbott. Them same kids that's hugging Governor Abbott. But they don't know their parents are prejudiced, and black and white are prejudiced, and don't know how to treat certain people, but want the rules to stay the same. You're being protected. God said, I will not die. Jesus said, I will not die. That American flag in me will not die. You try to celebrate life for yourself itself. No, it's not. It don't go like that. They will not understand those things. But trying to celebrate me a thief. But try to say, keep attacking them. Them dumb kids, keep attacking them. Same thing with Walmart. That's sad. But you talk about strength and weakness. Even when you have strength, you can't step up in power to do the right thing because you depend on something that's not bigger than yourself. But then you want to attack to do what you do then. But he's sitting up there, him and Vice President Harris. Hide behind it. Hide behind it. I'm going to tell y'all something. Each Walmart that I went to in 2019, what we talked about on that train, about 100 people, what we talked about, Texas got all of that money but don't invest in disability, right? But you the same people that define that order. But the black culture got to complain. Look at what's in front of you. But y'all team up against each other, go against certain people in the business. What that is, man, go ahead with that. Go ahead with that. Go ahead with that. What's your protection? But like to complain, you're a thief. Look at that fat dude in Jay Prince in Dallas, Texas, a thief. Look at Donald Trump. You do anything for power, but you lie behind it. You lie behind it. You lie. You and your coward daughter. Tell your daughter, I told the Supreme Court they die with you if I'm in that ground. And you and your voter die for you. They looking at you a coward, you and your vice president. All of y'all in that office. All of y'all in that office, right? You'll never understand the love and you protect what's yours because you're a coward. To protect what's prejudice and black and white. This is about value, prejudice that you stand for. That you stand for. That you stand for. Keep your business. Because at the end of the day, when I get done with this, if I got to go back to Atlanta, get my own house, you still a coward. And when I got to shop at Walmart, when other blacks are looking after they self, when other white and Mexican looking after their self-values, and Donald Trump hide behind, I want your daughter to look at me. You hear me, you coward? You and the vice president still thinking about herself and her country, herself, and other minorities. They don't give a damn. They wake up every day and go to work. Don't give a damn about who they hurt and who they lie on. And don't care about that. You ain't protecting America, Trump. You lying behind it. You ain't Joe Biden. But with the great honor of that, with the great honor of that, with the great honor of that. But jealousy, this is not about treating people right. You just mad because I'm fighting. But when it comes to your Texas money, you're a coward. You're a coward, Donald Trump. And God shall put you to sleep and put you and your daughters to rest. But people will protect you. You and Joe Biden. And feel like you can't be put to death. None of y'all in that office. But on that Constitution, or that civil rights of the American flag, God say, today, you are in the Donald. I want the Supreme Court to hear me in the Texas Supreme. They will be put to death. You will on that. You will not hide documents. You will not hide nothing. God say, Senator Ted and Donald Trump, for your reckless, selfish behavior, for your abuse of power, Joe Biden, I condemn you to a conviction. If that bullet come this way, Donald Trump and his daughter, and them will be, and the voters of Trump will be put to death. If they put hands on me, they would die. If they do something, I condemn you. The spiritual attack is a coward for their kids. 42 drugs is a dummy and a thief. And the baby is a liar behind that mask. All of them involved. But God said, I want you to tell me. But you make excuse about racism when our own black and white and Mexican are prejudiced against that. God said, I can speak that truth. But tell them to stay away from me. God said, stay away from me. You can keep that, you coward, fat dude, big that plug in Houston. Keep that. But I got to wake up every day to hatred and jealousy. Not people that want to share. Not people that want to treat people right. The people that just care about the money and not how they treat people in the business. That care about the money more than anything. But as you, he deserved to go to jail. He a thief. Him and that fat dude, big ass plug in Dallas, Texas. But you protect what you can't understand. Don't look at me. Don't look at me like that. I want Sabina to understand. They detect our kind. I know we have our differences in and out. I want her to hear me. If it's Cassie, cousin, all us growing up in Carrollton, we used to walk home from school, and everybody used to tell me how they had problems with their math. I still talk to teenagers to this day, and they talk to me about school. Before school started in California, they talk about how they had mathematics problems, and I tell about me doing division and borrowing numbers. And I talk to other kids. But soon as that bullet come this way, Donald Trump gonna make an excuse. Look at him, think that's to him and think that stuff pretty. And all the fake imposters in Houston, Texas. God said, I show no love. And tell them stop sending videos when all them going to jail. And Dallas, that fat nigga, big that plug going to jail for 30 years. And them kids, Mexican OT going to jail. All of y'all involved. God said, I show no sympathy. Y'all going to jail for 30 years. And God said, them kids and everybody that participated in Dallas and Texas going to jail, I promise you, either you be put to death. No, nobody not surviving this. You made your decision. And that American flag is going to make that decision. That spirit of that light of God is going to make that decision to put y'all in jail for 30 years for being Slim Thugger. Birdman, all of y'all. You made that decision. And for that, in the spirit of that God, and everybody that stands for something in America, let the light shine on our American flag when it's time for culture and understanding. And I want the nations around the world to understand this. Nobody's perfect. With challenges and all of those things. If you're in China, if you have a hard time in school. I don't care if you're in Russia. If you have a hard time in school, work on it. It's not about those things. I have problems in math and challenges and stuff where I didn't start talking until I was 10. I had to go through a lot of speech therapy. I had stuttering problems. I had to go through a lot of stuff. But they'll never know that because they're so busy crying and talking about how life is not fair. And they can do most of the things in life. But want to complain about what they can't understand. You know, we go to college and job. We leave school early at Newman Smith. We go to job fair. We learn job skills. I'm going to job fair. I'm going to college. I'm going to help out at elementary schools. We go and sell Avon every week. We go and sell Avon. Me and my teacher, Miss Chaz, I would stay after school. My teacher had my thing. But you're a fucking thief. And want somebody to open up to a thief while that fat nigga lie. And all of them lie in Dallas with those Mexicans. You're a thief. But my little nephew, nobody not complaining about what things fair. Same thing with my brother. Things life not fair. Who complained about it? I had to tell my brother. I stayed after school with my class. Me and Mr. Charlie playing board games. We doing activities. We watching guys like I'm going to summer school. My school bus dropped me off. I got a dark bus and I got a school bus that dropped me off in front of my door. What that is? If you make your life choices, who there is to blame for it? But you choose whatever you choose. That's not my fault. That's not my fault. But never bring my life when life based on fiction and American lies are what you stand for. Where the good police officers at? Where the good FBI at? Where the good people at now? Where they at? I don't see them while that. I don't see good police officers. When you stand by voters, I don't see that. Where the things that you stand for? I don't see everybody standing by them. I don't see it. I don't see when it's time to stand for something right. Nobody can do nothing. But y'all like racism only exists, but y'all going against each other. Y'all prejudice against values and prejudice against people that can do. God said, where is that? They detect our kind. And I want Sabina to understand this. Every day y'all talk about when she go home and problem, when you talk as a kid. And she had a problem with school. They detect us. I listen every time we walk home from school. When you have problems in school, if it's Cassie cousin,